Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you. 281 million XRP move. We'll tell you where. And FTX, the snitching begins, ladies and gentlemen. IRS wants to lower the threshold for payments. We'll tell you what it is. CNBC is sounding the alarm and says we're all a bunch of crypto investor idiots. You're not going to believe it. Deloitte is in the news about crypto. We got Ripple reminding us where the real crypto mass adoption is actually underway, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to love it. XRP-TA breaking out, but is it breaking out bullish or bearish? Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter for exclusive content. Right now, $845 billion market cap for cryptocurrency. We are up 0.2%. Bitcoin right now, 16,800 plus. Ethereum, 1217 and 48 cents. We see Tether market cap at 66.2 billion. XRP is 35 cents right now. Good morning, everybody. If you haven't done it, check out my sponsor. I was a customer before they were sponsored, and I love being able to tell you that because it's the truth. If you haven't checked out crypto IRAs from iTrust Capital, what are you waiting for? Buy and sell cryptos back inside the platform. Precious metals advantage IRAs, transfer your existing IRA or start a new one, roll over your 401k, 403b, 457, 9.5 staking APY. There's nothing better than buying crypto except buying tax-free crypto. Click the link underneath the video. Excuse me, XRP news. Shout out to Michael Branch. Give him a follow. Whales move 281 million XRP as holders breach this new key landmark. Take a look at this. It says basically, Whale Alert reported the multiple crypto whales moved more than 280 million XRP tokens in the last 24 hours. A whale moved 11.1 million worth of XRP tokens to Bitstamp Crypto Exchange. Now, we know Bitstamp is an ODL liquidity provider, if my memory serves me correctly. But we also, I speculate that the majority of those moves is contributed to on-demand liquidity. One thing I'm absolutely certain of, we've seen enough proof and evidence that there is real use case for XRP, no matter what level. At least 15 billion is moved through on-demand liquidity, right? So we know with the use of XRP, so we understand that there's a real use case there. And what a good feeling that is to me in a time like this. And speaking of time like this, here's somebody who helped make the time the way it is. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried and his girlfriend Caroline Ellison, depending on what day that was. She told a federal judge last week that she agreed with the executives of FTX, including former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried himself, to mislead lenders and customers on how much Alameda was borrowing from the now bankrupt exchange. The spin that the mainstream media wanted to provide is that, well, Sam didn't know. He had no knowledge. Sam himself said he had no knowledge. Well, Caroline's in there singing like a canary. You know, just like in business, it's that first mover advantage. Caroline got her ass on a plane, went to New York, got it lawyered up, and said, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but you don't send me to jail. I don't want to go, right? But I'll tell you everything. She's in there singing. IRS says they're delaying new requirements that require third-party settlement organizations like PayPal and Venmo to lower the business transaction reporting threshold to $600. Now, this is none more than a power grab right here. What are you doing with the money? Because they want to know. That's what's happening here. This is not hard to understand. The new reporting requirements will come in January 1st, 2023. As far as digital assets go, it said in a separate statement on transition guidance from broker reporting on digital assets. The IRS said that the brokers will not be required to report additional information with respect to dispositions of digital assets until final regulations are issued. But you can bet they're coming. Brokers, however, are still required to comply with the existing laws and regulations, the agency added, clarifying that taxpayers are still required to report income received from transactions involving digital assets. Don't forget to do that. Don't mess around with it, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I love this part of the program. Oh, gosh. Jim Cramer, you know, the guy who drives, I believe personally, drives cattle, which is the way him and Wall Street, who I believe he is a puppet for, thinks we're all dumb like cattle and just pushes us wherever Wall Street tells him to. And look what he's doing today. He is sounding the alarm about still owning crypto. He wouldn't touch crypto in a million years, he says. He said, I do think you're an idiot if you still own crypto, following the FTX scandal for which this guy was out parading him around, calling him the next JP Morgan. Well, if we're all idiots for believing FTX was real, what does that make you for being the guy who was actually propping him up and trying to carry him through the street? Take a listen.
I think that crypto, I sold all my crypto. I announced everything on TV, what I did with crypto. But I would not touch crypto in a million years. Oh. Because I wouldn't trust the deposit bank.
I don't trust you.
And you're making no distinction between centralized, decentralized.
They fought regulation. They didn't want regulation, and you don't have regulation. So if you have your money in any of those, look, I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm just saying you're using a lot of blind faith. And I like to have my money at JP Morgan, and I check on Monday to see whether my balance is there. It's there. It feels good. Try getting your money out. When I had money, I'm not going to mention the firm that I had my money in, but it was a fight to get the money out. A fight. And I think that everybody who owns these various coins, Solana, Litecoin, I do think you're an idiot. Okay? I did not go to college to get stupid. These people who own these things should not own them. They shouldn't own them.
Well, and now we got Gensler talking to the Times, arguing that the existing laws may be sufficient, even though a lot of these guys...
I sent it, why don't you come on and enforce them? I think they need to do a big sweep. They have to stop having people creating money, Carl. It's the creation of money by cretins.
Oh, the creation of money by cretins now. Oh, let me tell you. But I do believe there is a hidden message in all of this. Because I do believe that Jim Cramer, however you may feel about him, and I'm using restraint, you're witnessing that at this moment, I do believe he is giving the pounding signal, pounding the ground here, and really being an alarmist, letting you know, without saying it directly, that there is going to be a sweep, just as John Deaton said, just as we've heard others say in this community. Now, we're going to see Gary Gensler sue at least one U.S. exchange, if not more than one. That is something we need to pay very close attention to, and I think we're probably closer than ever. However, the flip side of all of this is Deloitte's survey found that nearly 75% of retailers plan to accept crypto payments within 2 years. Now, I want you to think of this in the narrative that we just got. And we know Jim's plugged into Gary Gensler, right? Because he's definitely working for that place. He's definitely working for the benefit of Wall Street, just as Gary Gensler is, because Gary Gensler's not interested in protecting any retail investor. That is for damn sure. The SEC versus Ripple case is clear evidence of that. The class action that John Deaton has representing all of us is absolute definitive evidence of all of that. But yet somehow, in 2 years from now, one of the biggest four accounting consultant firms is convinced that 75% of all retailers will be accepting this horrible, horrible crypto stuff within 24 months. And to make it even better, somebody tell me what Ripple knows. 1 year from now, Ripple says at least half of the world's population, which is almost 4 billion people, is expected to use digital wallets for transactions valued at over $9 trillion. I ask you, who and how are they going to settle it all? And when they do, if XRP is playing a role in it, are we wrong to think about the 3, 4, 5-digit prices? I mean, I've watched Bitcoin, which has horrible settlement time, right? Costly fees. Certainly not transparent. I mean, certainly not anonymous. I've seen plenty of criminals get caught, thank goodness. Are we wrong to think that we could see a bullish breakout at some point? Egg Rag Crypto gives us both sides, which I always appreciate. It says XRP has been ranging for almost 8 months between channel A, B, and C. Closing above the top range A, blue and white circle, a super bullish sign. Closing below the low end range of B, red and white circle, is super bearish. He's showing that here on this chart. But a move, one way or the other, is coming very soon. This is what we're watching for, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I want to say thank you to Egg Rag Crypto and all the technical analysts out here. It's not what I really focus on, but I certainly really greatly appreciate all that they do to share for us. Seeing a range down here, this bottom 26 cents, just going below the channel, just because we know we've lived there before. And looking at the channel here in the 30-cent range, I'd say, 29, 30-cent range on the bottom, and the top north of 54 cents. This is our range in our window. But what are we going to see in the next year or 2 years for retailers, and in the next year for half the world's population? And are we to believe that half the world's population is going to use a digital wallet, and somehow on the back end, XRP is not going to participate in helping to facilitate the settlement of those transactions? I don't know the answer 100%. I certainly can't say, and I would dare not give a guarantee. But I tell you what, I'm liking my odds. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.